A lot of people read brilliant books, attend seminars, workshops, many things. Yet their life is simply filled with an unending misery, an unending array of suffering. Why? This is primarily because somewhere they are not applying what they have learned in their life. When you don't apply what you have learned in your life, you will end up suffering. Because what's even more vital and important is how much are you applying. It's not about how much you're gathering, just like a gatherer, just like a laborer. You don't have to keep taking in information. Yes, reinforcement of information is very good, but that most important thing is application. If you have watched my videos and I say to you that think before taking vital decisions in life, especially related to marriage, especially with respect to anxiety, why would you ever need a situation in your life where you are feeling anxious, where you're feeling frustrated, where you're feeling worried, or you are ending up in a troublesome relationship eventually, which is born out of marriage? You could have avoided all of these things, isn't it? But now you simply take in information, feel good about it, and then after some time you don't apply that. It's not going to be of any use. So the most important thing is application. How much you are applying in your life, to what extent you are able to give yourself that level of sincerity of applying. Listen to me very carefully. Now the whole game in this world is, I have said this in many videos, it's about serotonin, oxytocin and dopamine. Serotonin is released whenever you feel significant. Your brain rewards. It's a happy chemical that your brain is rewarding. Oxytocin is released when you bond well. So that's why you want to bond with people. Now let's say I'm in this environment. Absolutely. Now you see, this is going to be a constant. It's not going to change. So the oxytocin, the dopamine, the serotonin, the feeling will always remain the same. But suppose I associated with a person who has no awareness, or you associated with a person who doesn't have any awareness, whose lover is not awakened, then the chances that what stimulation you have experienced earlier of oxytocin, dopamine and serotonin may not happen, because the person is going to change. And that's why I always say love and grace are permanent. Rest all are absolutely dynamic. They're going to change. But look at these waves. For millions of years, it's just flown like this, the same direction, the same sound. You don't go near the wave and say, hey, listen, what the same sound you are producing every time? Why don't you change it? You don't say that, do you? Now that is something which you have to really understand. I will tell you one very interesting fact of life, okay? And if you grasp this fact of life, you grasp almost every area of your life. What's the thing? Here's the thing. Dopamine is released whenever there is a reward. And ask yourself, is there any greater reward than freedom? Is there any greater reward than feeling nice about yourself? Is there any greater freedom than your ability to have time in your control rather than in someone else's control? Think about it. What does freedom mean to you? And if you feel that your oxytocin and serotonin is only going to be relevant with the approval of the society, then be rest assured that with this stimulation, which is a very limited stimulation that is going to come, there's going to be heavy loads of cortisols which you are inviting in your life. But that's exactly what's happening to lots of mothers. That's exactly what's happening to lots of parents. That's exactly what's happening to people who are going beyond their capacities to please the world and just prove themselves to be good boy, good girl. This is not going to work.